And I bring in now Minister of Load Shedding, or not? All right. Okay. Minister of Electricity and Energy, you obviously continuing in this portfolio again. Anything new that you bring in?
Well, first is an expanded portfolio. So I guess that the naming convention is such that you need to keep electricity, just to illustrate to the country that we are not dropping the ball. It still continues the primary focus of the work that we are doing. Of course, electricity is part of the energy complex. But there are new challenges that have arrived. And we have warned some of us previously, in my previous role as the head of investment in infrastructure, that the perennial underinvestment by municipalities in the distribution infrastructure will lead us to a situation where the infrastructure collapses. So today, as I speak to you, there are many communities that are experiencing hours in a day without electricity as a result of what they call load reduction. That is the incapacity of the distribution infrastructure to meet the demand. That has nothing to do with the load shedding. It's about investment in that infrastructure. But for ordinary people, really, it doesn't matter whether you call it a load reduction or load shedding. It simply means that they don't have electricity during parts of the day. And then the second problem that we are going to resolve is the electricity pricing. So there's many households that just can't objectively afford the cost of electricity. Rising at an exponential rate. So it's going to lead us to conditions of energy poverty. What do I mean by that? Electricity is there, it's available on the grid, but households can't access it because we've eroded their disposable income. They must make choices, whether they reload the units on the prepaid or they buy bread or pay school fees. Those are difficult choices. Those we need to resolve with municipalities. The third one, we are going to be ultra aggressive in the rollout of renewable generation capacity. If you look at the bid windows, we are very measured, but we need to talk to the financial sector, the developers. We have arranged, reconfigured, if you like, the licensing and regulatory dispensation. Now we must be aggressive. We must signal to the market our intention to transition to cleaner sources. But we are going to maintain, if you like, the spine of energy generation in the country. Coal, hydro, and we know that nuclear program, the build program, we are proceeding, and the repurposing of the coal-fired power station, gas to power is important. So those are the focal areas. I'm confident that we'll get it.
Quick one before I let you go. Elections have come and gone.
Oh, yes.
Should we expect load shedding to come back now that everything of cabinet has been...
We were significant days after the 29th of May. We are more than a month the other side of the 29th of May. And I said to the country that there's no relationship, there's no correlation between people's meeting with the ballot box, their date with the ballot box, and the resolution of load shedding. It's simply an affirmation that of the efficacy of the interventions that we've been making. On Friday, it will be 100 days or consecutive days without load shedding. But it's not something to be celebrated because load shedding should not be there in the first place. So we're working hard to resolve this problem. Once we're at the stage where we say load shedding is gone, I'll call a press conference and speak in absolute terms that we have defeated load shedding. We must build enough buffer for an economy to grow. But we are confident and bullish about the prospect of resolving the load shedding and having energy security in the country.